Okay, so here we are at Budleigh Regis station. I've put some track down and I've spent a whole morning trying to work this out, and I think I have now got the track plan, or the track how I want it. Now I'll just pan you across what I've laid out, and that'll go right up to there, but that's as far as I'm going to go, and this sweeping curve round to the front, which will lead into Exehaven Bay station, which where all these tools and bits and pieces are. So if we go back to the beginning here, right, so the rear track, that piece of paper there, that is the single track engine shed, which will be a scale scenes model, which has been downloaded, but I've got nowhere near to building that yet. I'd like to have a slightly bigger one, engine shed there. I may do yet, but it's just about room really, and what's going to look right in reality. It will need some sort of road access at the back, so I'm tending to leave it at that. I mean, Budleigh Regis is a terminus station and it will be receiving trains from across the country. It kind of, in a way that Paynton does. I think a few cross-country services start there. Obviously the services back up to London as well. So it's kind of that kind of feel, if you know what I mean. We come down, there's a point there which will take us back out to the track, which takes us out of the actual station itself. Now, from the engine shed, the point will also lead to the turntable. Got myself a Pico basic turntable, which I will hope to weather up at some point and obviously install it. At the moment it hasn't got an electric motor. I don't know whether it will have an electric motor. It may do, but again, something for the future, but I want to get that in there. Obviously it needs to be inserted into the board, which is something that I'll do at some point soon. Then working our way back a little bit here, we're at the goods shed. Now these pieces of paper are cut to the actual size of the scale scenes kits. So the goods shed, obviously one track going in there. There's a little bit of a bit more track going there, but it'll end where the engine shed track ends, although the engine shed track will end sooner than that, but just to show you where that'll probably end there. Again, the track at the back, which is coming out of the back of the goods shed at the moment, won't be there, but that will be access for the lorries and things to pick up from the goods shed for local deliveries. That then leads out onto the main platform. Now this is the length of the platform. It's enough room. This is the white cutout piece of paper stuck together. This is the length for 8 coaches and will form the main platform. That track that is by the platform that ends, where's my finger? Here we go. That ends there, but it doesn't. It will actually continue right to the end of the platform there. It's only because where I've laid the track out, but you can imagine there's just going to be a nice bit of straight track down there. If I was hoping to get another point in there so we could do a run around, but it just doesn't work. And funnily enough, I think I read something about Sidmouth Station, which is what Budleigh Regis is loosely based on, that they didn't have a run round there either, but I will I'm sure somebody will correct me on that. This is the platform, this is the other platform. This is slightly short of this platform, and will probably take about 6 coaches, but I intend to run mainly the local services out of there and sort of inter-regional services, if you like, that will run out of Budleigh down to all points towards Penzance, and perhaps all points out towards sort of Salisbury and Lyme Regis Way and Bristol Way, that kind of thing, which I will probably form of four coaches. The other track here, the other side of that, a little bit of storage, I've worked that in. I haven't got huge amounts of storage around it here because of what I'm trying to achieve. So basically, once we have a big train coming, we can store some coaches in there and just leave them in there ready for the next service back out. So in effect, what we've got is the station here. Sorry about the wobbly camera there, nearly fell over. So yeah, that all runs out of there, and basically what it will do is join up again with the main line, which are these two sweeping curves coming out of here. That joins up there, series of points before we get to the bridge. Now, this is the first part of the track laying process as far as I'm concerned. I wanted to get Budleigh Regis set up and ready, and kind of style it in sections. Once I've done Budleigh Regis, in terms of just laying the track and getting all the droppers in and get it all wired up and working right, I will either move to this section which runs into Exehaven Bay Station, which will run round here and round to the back there, or I will do the next section further on up and over the bridge at the back, and follow the back track round there up to, I reckon I might even do that section which will run up into Exehaven Harbour Station, which is here, and then I'll do that as a section as well. So it's going to take me a while, because again, as usual, I've run out of time today. That's as far as I've got. That's a whole morning's work. Tomorrow, which will be Thursday, I can't do anything because I'm out most of the day. And then Friday, Saturday and Sunday, I'm away on a golfing break again. So, so that's where I'm at with that, and it'll be back to next week for me to start actually perhaps laying down some of this track and fitting it properly. But it looks like it's going to work. I'm very happy with the way it looks in terms of a track plan. So that'll be it for this week, and hopefully we'll get somewhere properly next week. Okay guys, thanks very much. Right, one other thing that I need to mention is that I have now put in the main bus wire. You probably won't see much of this, but this will just give you an essence of where it's at and where it's going. It's all there, and it runs completely right round the whole circuit of the track, as you can see. The intention is, that's where it kind of finishes down there. The intention is to split it out into sections. I've got these male and female wire connectors, and for two reasons really. As we may go along, I am interested in automation, but I'm a long way from there yet, which would allow me to put it into sections. I think you need to make blocks and so on from what I've seen on YouTube so far, and also where the boards join, in case we ever move, and I don't envisage it at all, is that I will have a connector underneath there. So for instance, there's a connection between the two boards there. Let me just move this out of the way. I'll put a block underneath there and just connect the two pieces of bus wire up as I go. It will just make it easier. I'm still thinking about it, but that is almost certainly what I'm going to do. I can't see that it'll make any difference one way or the other if I do that. And I'll do that round sections of the board. I don't want to be moving, and my wife doesn't want to move either, so we should be okay. But yeah, for automation in the future. And the other thing, actually, I think it helps if you've got a problem with some track somewhere, and you can isolate the section of track that the problem's in, so that could be helpful in the future. So there we go, and that's all I've done this week, but it has taken me hours. Okay, right, I'll speak to you again in a couple of weeks, and that'll be it for this week. Cheers everyone, bye now.